Hello everyone and welcome into our gentle yoga class. My name is Ed and I will be guiding you through this practice today. For this class, the whole idea is to give ourselves an opportunity to really relax the body, to tune into our breath, to tune into our mind, and just let everything else go for this 30-minute practice. As far as props go, I always recommend having blocks nearby. You never know what the day might bring. But other than that, just any other props that you prefer to practice yoga with. Maybe it's even a blanket for our Savasana. But once you have what you need, with our feet about shoulder width apart and arms down by your sides, let's sit up nice and tall and allow your eyes to close for just a moment. Starting to notice that connection of your feet down into the mat. Can you actually feel the contact between your feet and your mat? And from there, we scan the body all the way up through the legs, the torso, the arms, to the crown of your head. Noticing, how does your body feel in this moment? Muscles, joints, torso, and head. From your body, how do we feel mentally in this moment? Are you bringing anything onto your mat with you? And now we'll carry that awareness on to our breath. We'll take 3 rounds of what we'll call box breathing. All that means is that we're going to inhale for 4 counts. We'll hold it in for 4, exhaling 4, and holding it out for 4. Don't worry, I'll guide you through it. To begin, we'll take a deep inhalation and complete exhalation. Begin inhaling for 1, 2, 3. Hold it in 4, 3, 2. Exhale 4, 3, 2. Hold it out 4, 3, 2. Second time. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Hold 4, 3, 2. Exhale 4, 3, 2. Hold it out 4, 3, 2. Last time. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Hold 4, 3, 2. Exhale 4, 3, 2. Hold it out 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice deep inhalation and long exhalation. All right, let's allow the eyes to open, and while still taking deep breaths in and out, we'll start to reach the arms all the way up to the sky on the inhale. And on our exhale, we forward fold, slight bend in our knees, letting your shoulders and your neck relax. Maybe you're nodding yes or shaking no. If you like, you can clasp onto opposite elbow or cross the forearms, gently swaying from side to side. Noticing release of our back and the backs of your legs. And then let the arms go with a nice deep bend in the knees. We'll roll up 1 vertebra at a time, coming up to stand. Next, inhale, reaching the arms all the way up to the sky. We'll take the left arm by your side, reaching over to the left with the top arm. Inhale, reaching both arms up. And then we exhale over to the right. Last time, inhale, reaching all the way up, and then on your exhale, forward fold. This time we'll inhale, lift up halfway with the flat back, hands are on the shins. And on your next exhale, forward fold. Deep into the knees, rolling all the way up, reaching your arms up to the sky. And on the exhale, folding forward. Inhaling halfway lift, flat back. And now as we exhale, the hands will come down to the mat or onto your blocks. As we take a nice big step back with your right foot, finding a lunge, lowering the back knee down. top of the foot on the mat. While we're here in our lunge, just think about tucking our tailbone under, firming up our low belly slightly as we take a nice deep inhale here. And on your exhale, shifting the front leg, your hips back, straightening the front leg. 2 more like that. Inhale, bending deeply into your lunge. And exhale, straighten. Last time, inhaling lunge. And exhale, straighten. Now we'll bend into the front knee. Let's slide the left knee back to meet the right. As we step the right foot forward. Shimmy, slide, shake, however you need to get it there. But once you are there, we find again that lifting of the front of your pelvis, engaging your low belly, and squeezing your left glute. On our exhalation, we shift the hips back, straighten the front leg. Inhale, bending into our lunge. And exhale, straightening. 1 more like that. Inhale, we lunge. And exhale, straighten. Once you bend back into that lunge, let's slide the knees to meet one another, sliding your blocks off to the side as we make our way into all fours. From here, with your fingers nice and wide, shoulders over wrists, hips right on top of your knees. On your inhale, begin to arch your back, lifting your chin to look forward in our cow pose. And as you exhale, hollow out your belly, looking towards your knees, your thighs, or your belly button for cat. A few more like that. Inhale, arch the back, lift the chin for cow. And exhale, hollow out for cat. 1 last time. Inhaling into our cow. And exhaling cat. And from here we find our neutral spine. And then we're going to slide the knees back, coming all the way down onto our bellies, tops of the feet are again on the mat. With your hands right by your chest. On the inhale, lift your chest slightly off the ground, finding a Cobra pose. Now firm your glutes. Shoulders are back down away from your ears. On your next exhale, lowering all the way down. 1 more like that. Inhale, lift into our Cobra. And exhale, lower. And now from here, we start to press through all fours, sitting our hips back and down into child's pose. Reaching the fingers out nice and long, pressing your hips back to create length across the back side of your torso. And if you like, you can even gently roll your head from side to side, giving our neck a little release. Now, if you are taking that side to side motion, pausing, and from our child's pose, start to drag your chest along the mat and then lifting up into a Cobra. And as we exhale, child's pose. Let's find that flow 2 more times. Inhale, sliding forward and lift. And exhaling, hollow out and back into child's pose. Last time. Inhale, forward into Cobra. And exhaling into child's pose. Now from our child's pose, we find all fours and then make our way into a plank. From plank, lifting your hips up and back into downward facing dog, but walking our feet about as wide as your mat. You're welcome to pedal out the heels here, bending one knee and then the other. Maybe even shifting your hips side to side. Now actively press the ground away. We want to keep our shoulders engaged, pressing all the knuckles in your hands down to the mat for 1 more breath. And as we slightly bend the knees, we'll walk the hands all the way to the back of our mat, finding a forward fold at the back. Yeah. From here, nice deep bend in your knees, rolling all the way up to stand. From here, we inhale, reach your arms all the way to the sky. And as we exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. But then as we fold again, start to bend deeply into your knees, finding a deep squat. Now, we want our heels to stay on the ground, so maybe we're resting our forearms on the thighs. Or maybe we can sit a little bit deeper, with a proud chest. We take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, lift your hips, finding our forward fold. And two more like that. Inhale down into our squat. And exhale, hips up, forward fold. Last time, inhaling, squat down. And exhale, fold. Now from here, we start to walk our hands all the way out into a plank pose. Now let's lower our knees down into the ground. We still want a straight line from the crown of your head all the way to your knees, so shoulders pull back. We'll take 5 counts to lower all the way to the ground. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Tops of the feet on your mat, and as you inhale, we lift the chest into our Cobra. And exhaling, finding a downward dog. Now from down dog, if you can, start to reach your right leg up, and we'll start to bend into your right knee, opening your hips. Try to stack the right hip on top of the left. Almost like you're trying to kick your own bum with your right heel. We inhale, straighten it back. And then lower the foot to the mat. Other side, left leg lifts. Bending into the knee, opening the hip, stacking one hip atop the other. Maybe you can even see your toes hanging out under your armpit. Straightening the leg back and then lower the foot down. From downward dog, we start to walk the feet all the way to the front of the mat. Finding a forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, flat back. Exhaling, fold. And then one vertebrae at a time, rolling all the way up to stand. Now getting into our shoulders and building up just a little bit more heat in our legs before we start our passive stretch. Let's take our feet about hip distance apart. We sit our hips back and down into an imaginary chair back here. So we want the weight in our heels, but the toes stay down, reaching the arms up to the sky. Nice deep inhale. As you exhale, standing up, arms down by our side. 2 more times like that. Inhaling down, arms up. Exhale, standing and arms down. Last time, inhale, chair. And exhale, stand. All right. From the front of our mat, we're going to take a nice big step back with our right foot, finding a high lunge. Now for our lunge, we really want to glide this left hip back, squaring our hips forward, reaching up nice and tall. Beautiful. Pausing here, maybe we bend a little bit deeper. You can even bend into your back knee slightly. One more breath. On our next exhalation, let's twist to the left, nice wide arms, just one time here. And then reach the arms up to the sky. We step the right foot forward to meet the left. Other side, big step back with your left foot. And then floating the arms up to the sky. We tuck the tailbone under, keeping those ribs knitted together for 2 more breaths. And on your next exhale, we'll twist to the right, nice wide arms. Inhaling all the way up. And then stepping to the front of your mat. From the top of your mat, inhale, reaching up tall. And exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. And as you exhale, the hands come down, hands onto the blocks or the mat. Right foot steps back, nice big step. Back knee down into the ground. Now we found our lunge before here. Let's start to lift up tall, and we're gonna slide that front foot back so we've got this 90-degree angle. Knee over ankle, hip over knee. From here, reaching your right fingertips all the way up. Now squeeze your right glute as we lean over to the left. Can you feel that little hip flexor stretch here? Oh, I can hear you say it through our recording. One more time. Inhale deeply. Exhaling completely. We'll come all the way up. And then bringing our hands down to the mat for just a moment. So this back leg, this right foot. First, taking the left hand to the inside of the foot. We're going to pivot the toes back behind us so our left toes are facing the front of our mat and our right toes are facing behind us. We're going to really press that left knee wide, hand onto your hip, left hand onto your knee, nice deep inhale, and keeping the heel down, let's start to bend into the front knee. Inhale, we lift up tall, and exhale, we bend deeply. Last time, lift, and lower. As we come all the way back up, start to straighten that left leg out, pointing your toes forward. We're going to bring the left hand to thigh, reaching the right arm all the way up and over for a little side bend. And finding the stretch from the top of your hip up to your armpit. One more breath. And as we come back up, let's find our lunge facing the front of our mat once again. And then we're going to switch legs. Taking the right foot forward now and left foot back. Once you have that, we come up tall. Knee over ankle, hip over knee. From here, arm by our side, reaching the right arm all the way up, and then lean slightly. Actually, I said it the wrong way. Let's try it the other side. Reaching the left arm up, and then we lean over to the right. There we go. Now again, squeeze that left glute. Lean the top shoulder back just a little bit, finding the hip flexor on this left side now. One more breath. On our inhale, we come all the way up. And then hands come down to frame your front foot. Now, just as we did before, those left toes, spin it, hands walk to center. So now our torso and our hips are facing the side of our mat. Right toes to the front of our mat. Back of the hand on the knee, other hand on your hip, nice deep inhale. And as we exhale, bend into the front knee. Inhaling, lift. Exhale, bend. Last time, up. And bend. As we come all the way up, straighten the leg out long, toes facing the same direction as your eyes. With the right hand on the knee or the thigh, lifting the left arm up and over, finding a side stretch. Like you're making a little rainbow on the top arm. And now pressing your hips forward, shoulder back. And as we come all the way back up, let's start to find our lunge facing the front of our mat once again. We're going to step both feet to the front of your mat, finding our forward fold. As we roll all the way up to stand, we're going to take a nice big step back with one foot or the other, depends on your setup. Either way, our toes are facing straight forward, feet are parallel. Nice deep inhale, reaching to the sky. And in our exhale, fold forward. You can have your hands on the mat, on your block, wherever feels good, but let your head be heavy as you firm up your quads, your muscles on the front of your thighs. Keeping the weight even between your heels and your toes. Two more breaths in this variation. And And then placing our hands back onto the mat, we're going to start to walk the hands over towards your left leg. Maybe we gently pull the torso in, or stay where it feels good, but keep engaging your quads on the front of your thighs for 2 more breaths. And then we slowly walk the hands all the way over to the other side. Again, gently pulling ourselves in, or just finding that stretch that feels good in your body. Our goal is not to exceed our limits, rather to meet any tension with compassion and softness. Walking back into the center of our mats. Planting the left hand down right underneath your nose, and we sweep the right arm up to the sky, finding a twist. Legs and thighs are still engaged. On your exhale, we lower the hand down, planting it under your nose as we sweep the left arm up now. One more deep breath in. And on your exhale, hand comes down to the mat. And then we lift up halfway, flat back, hands to our hips to come all the way upright. As we start to bring the feet together, stepping to the front of your mat. From here, one last time, we'll inhale, reach the arms to the sky. And exhale, fold forward. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, hand down, we'll step the right foot back. Now we're making our way into Pigeon, so if you'd like to come into this variation, let your left shin cross your body. Using our back toes to lower our hips but keeping them square. Now if your hips are hovering pretty high off the ground, place your block underneath that thigh so we can find softness. Now if this just doesn't feel good in our bodies, you're always welcome to come onto your back, crossing the left ankle over the right knee. In either variation, we've got 4 more nice deep breaths. Is there any part of our body that we can soften here? From here, removing that prop. If you're on your back, you can stay on your back. But if you're on your facing the ground, go ahead. We slide the left knee back. And then take the right knee forward now. We'll find our pigeon on the other side. Using those back toes once again to help you find those square hips. And again, it's not a matter of pride, but if your hips aren't on the ground, slide your block under your thigh, under your hip, wherever you need it. There we go, finding softness. Noticing if you're engaging anywhere in your body that you can relax. Four more deep breaths in this side. Taking our last big breath here. If you are facing the mat, go ahead and remove your prop. And then we'll all come down onto our bum to lower onto our backs. Knees come in towards your chest as we gently rock from side to side. And then with our feet flat onto the mat, let's find your prop. We're going to place it between our thighs or knees. And with the arms opening wide into a T, let's scoot the hips over to the right edge of your mat, letting your knees fall to the left for a reclined twist. Now, if there's any other variation of a twist that you'd prefer, you're more than welcome to take that. But our goal is to find softness, relaxing those muscles between your thighs, softening your glutes, your shoulders, and your hands. Letting gravity do all the work for us in your twist. Three more nice, deep, long breaths here. And then on your next inhale, we'll carefully bring the knees back through center, sliding your hips over to the left edge of your mat as the knees fall to the right. Taking whatever little micro adjustments you need in your body to make this feel good. I know at times we may feel as though we're suffering, but our goal is always, again, to meet whatever resistance you find in your body as well as in your life with a little compassion, with a little softness, and with full, deep breaths. Here's your last 3 deep breaths here. Removing the prop from between your knees if you have it there. And on your inhale, coming back into center. Knees coming in towards your chest. You can even take them wide. Maybe finding a happy baby pose, grabbing onto your toes, ankles, knees, or anywhere else. But pressing your tailbone down to the mat. If you feel your butt creeping up, place it back down. Taking whatever movement may feel good here, just like a happy baby would. And the knees start to come back into center, giving them a nice big hug, squeezing into the tiniest little ball as you can. Taking one more nice deep inhale, holding it for 3, 2, 1, and exhaling, arms and legs out long and wide as feels good for you. Finding our Savasana. Now while we're here, moving anything out of your way that may be touching your body. I'll guide you through a progressive relaxation. Starting by relaxing and softening each and every toe on your feet, as well as the soles of your feet and your ankles. Relaxing all those muscles around your lower leg, your thighs, and around your hips, as though each one of them is melting down into the ground. We find the softness of your lower back and letting that same softness travel all the way up to between your shoulder blades. Relaxing our fingers, your palms, letting your arms be limp and your shoulders heavy down into the mat. The breath becomes unlabored as we relax the neck, jaw, tongue floating freely in the mouth, and smoothing out the wrinkles across the nose, your brow, and your forehead, finding stillness, finding softness, finding release. While we're here in this place of stillness, begin to tune into your mind, noticing how are you feeling mentally and emotionally in this moment. Acknowledging whatever thoughts may pass through your mind as though you're watching clouds in the sky. Observing, acknowledging, but ultimately letting it go and waiting for the next to pass by. We shift our awareness onto our bodies, scanning from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, noticing how your body feels in this moment. And as we come out of this place of stillness, we slowly begin to bring movement back into your fingers and your toes, circling through your wrists and your ankles. And like you just woke up, reaching your arms and legs nice and long for a big stretch. Exhaling your knees in, rolling onto your right side, pausing in fetal position. Using this protected posture to give ourselves some words of affirmation, reminding yourself that you are strong mentally, physically, and emotionally. That you are intelligent cognitively and emotionally. That you radiate beauty not only from your physical body, but also at the core of your being. And that you are capable of loving and more than worthy of being loved. Then as you're ready, begin to press yourself up to a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like in your body. But as we sit up nice and tall, taking the corners of our mouths and turning them upwards slightly, we call it a smile. We have to remind ourselves that our posture, that our physical, our body language can also impact what happens in our minds. So with an upright posture and a smile on our faces, let's take a deep inhalation and a long exhalation. Thank you so very much for practicing with me today. Have a great rest of your day and hope to see you again in our next practice together. Namaste.